Life is not all about you. I'm sorry to tell you. And you, in search for answers, is in a way selfish. This yearning for an understanding of life and existence itself will actually lead you to a place of collectivism, not this individualistic approach that we all are fucking just totally engulfed in. So if you are an American, you know what I'm talking about. Sorry, I have a little bit of dead skin there. Um, all of our spirituality in America is totally self-centered. It's pretty ridiculous. And what's so funny is it's actually an appropriation of Eastern culture, but packaged in an American individualistic, centralist, capitalistic format. Because what we're doing with these Eastern cultures is we're taking its essence and we're twisting it to the opposite side of what it really is. Because true spirituality, where spiritualism comes from, Hinduism and Buddhism, is about helping others. There's very little, very little emphasis on self. But we in America, American spirituality, we do yoga because we need to feel better. We, care about each other's horoscopes because what is my sign telling me this month? We gather crystals because we need to clear energies away from us so we can feel better, so we can feel better. We manifest, well, let's manifest, my dream house. Like, do you understand how backwards that is? I'm going to manifest my dream house or my dream job or my dream partner. And that's spiritual. I'm going to connect with the universe so it can give me what I want. Now, I'm not saying that these things don't work. I'm not saying that crystals and spirituality, manifestation, there's not validity in some of that. I don't even quite know that much about those practices, so I'm not even really going to speak on them. But the intention that you bring to those practices says worlds about you. Because the more that I started to learn about Buddhism, the more peaceful my life became and the less selfish I became. Because I understood that everybody is suffering. So why would I need to only focus on myself? There is so much work to be done for others. And that's true compassion. That's true selflessness, When you come to that understanding, when you put these practices into place, it's based in compassion, it's based in selflessness. So yeah, you're being selfish if you come at it with this intention that you need to build something for yourself. And what's funny is the more selfish we are, the actual more we suffer because we hold so much attachment to these things we're trying to build. We need to make this thing for us. My negative energies that I'm absorbing, I need to clear that out. I'm speaking from a place of love, and it may sound a bit charged because it is. There's an attachment that I'm holding, of course, in this conversation. But I feel if I don't speak with a little bit of oomph and power and passion, people won't listen either. So maybe there's a benefit to it. I'm also speaking in a little bit of an extreme. You can still, clear your negative energies out, of course. You can still do that. You can still do that. And then in turn, that puts you in a place where you're able to help others more. But just don't forget that. Don't forget that there is inherently a selfishness in this Western spirituality, a spiritual practice that we hold. And there is a cultural appropriation within that as well. I'm not against Western spirituality, for the record. I think there's a lot of good that has come out of it. It's just, again, its intention, and I think that it needs to be spoken about a bit. And that's what this video is about, the fact that you are selfish inherently. We are selfish inherently. And one other thing that you should know is that it takes an unlearning to get to a place where you aren't so selfish. Because everything in our society, it's not necessarily your fault, just for the record. In America, in the Western societies, it's so individualistic. Everybody's trying to get their own, and you need to go get your own, and you're taught from a very young age how to go get your own. And you need to step on other people's heads, even if that's the case, you keep going. So at our core, our culture is individualistic. So it does take an unlearning, and you can unlearn. And through a spiritual practice of meditation, of yoga, of different Eastern practices, you will discover truth. You will discover truth of reality, and along the way, you will unlearn those things. But I just ask that you take a moment and ask yourself, what is it that I'm really trying to do? What really is my intention, you know? Because if your intention is to give to others, to help others, then you will really not care about the outcome. You will not care about how that outcome affects you at your core. You will hold peace in the present moment. You will be with this. And as long as your needs are met, food, water, shelter, medicine, and potentially love, if you want to throw it in there, then you'll be okay. Everything's okay. Everything is okay.